Because that's what we do in Michigan. QB number one. It is great to be king.
Here's what I think happened with Mr. Bryce Underwood, and I don't know why nobody else is talking about this. And maybe some people are talking about it, but I'll put it to you like this. Not enough people are talking about it. You know why I'm here. And I know why you're here. We got to talk about this crazy, bizarre, odd, and strange situation, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. First things first, I do want to apologize for me taking this long to get to this topic because this news came out late last night. Or not even really late last night, just yesterday in general. I guess it depends where you live, but you get what I'm trying to say. News came out yesterday, and you guys were blowing me up all over Twitter and Instagram, and I appreciate that. I've also seen a bunch of you in the comment section say, yo, Matt, when you going to talk about the Bryce Underwood situation? And I do want to explain real briefly why it's taking me long to get to this, just so you have some context on what goes on behind the scenes. I would have talked about this yesterday, but however, we were working on some of the preview videos that includes Indiana, Ohio State, and Colorado and Kansas. Secondly, my brother had a basketball game last night, so I went to that, and if you go to a sporting event, you know you got to drive there. It takes like 3 hours or something to finish. I just didn't have time to get to it last night with everything going on. Hope you guys understand. But here we are. It is the following morning. Well, you're going to see this video in the afternoon. We're talking about it. And there's so many other topics going on in the college football world, and I want to get to those, but I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to them before the game's on Saturday. I can promise you this. We're going to upload at bare minimum 2 more videos today, so be on the lookout for that. This topic is so important, though. It is the one and only thing we're going to be talking about it. So strap in, buckle up, get your snack, get your popcorn, get your favorite meal light to you when you watch the video, because trust me, I do the same thing. But all right, man, blah, blah, shut the crap up now. Without further ado, let's get into it. For those of you who don't know, and reminder, a lot of people don't really know who this guy is quite just yet because he's not on the college football scene. Bryce Underwood is not just the #1 quarterback in the nation, he's the #1 overall player in the nation. As you can see right here, that is not my humble opinion. That is a cold hard fact. 5-star recruit, 99 overall, and 111 all across the board. Top-ranked player in Michigan, top-ranked quarterback in the nation, and top-ranked overall recruit. He's a great prospect to say the least, and this was a 2-team race. It was between LSU and Michigan. To make a long story short, Bryce Underwood, he winds up committing to LSU. But here's where things started to get interesting. Around a week ago, Michigan offered him $10.5 million. That's according to multiple different reports. And Bryce Underwood, he shut that down quick because he wound up posting a picture of him in an LSU uniform on Instagram. That was him pretty much insinuating that he's still locked in with LSU and he's not going to flip his commitment. And everybody kind of thought, well, yeah, I guess that's the end-all be-all. He's staying with LSU. But just like the man, the myth, the legend, Lee Corso says, not so fast, my friend. Fast forward time into yesterday, the groundbreaking news came out that Bryce Underwood is flipping his commitment from LSU to Michigan, which is interesting for a lot of different reasons, but one of them being, remember, it was only a week ago when he was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to Michigan for $10.5 million. I'm staying locked in with LSU. But now here we are a week later and he's flipping his commitment. What happened? Great question, Matt, and matter of fact, it's an outstanding question, and I'd love to answer it. According to numerous reports, that $10.5 million number, it jumped up to $12.5 million. Now, let's be honest, is there a big difference from $10.5 million and $12.5 million? I'll put it to you like this. I think there's a bigger difference from $1 million and $3 million, if that makes sense. Where I'm going at with this, you could more than likely retire off of $3 million, but $1 million, you'd be cutting it close. But $10.5 million compared to $12.5 million, at that point in time, you're just splitting hairs, and it's like, dude, as long as you manage your money correctly, you're not going to have to worry about money. So from an outsider's perspective, I have a hard time believing the extra $2 million is what really sold this deal. And maybe it did, but I wouldn't be so quick to say that was the finishing touches on this. Here's what I think happened with Mr. Bryce Underwood, and I don't know why nobody else is talking about this. And maybe some people are talking about it, but I'll put it to you like this. Not enough people are talking about it. When Bryce Underwood posted that picture on Instagram insinuating he was staying with LSU, that was before the Florida game. Why is that important, you may ask? Because Florida beat LSU by double digits, and we all know this. Much respect to Florida, they're better than what their record indicates, but they're still having a down year. And you know Bryce Underwood was watching that game shaking his head going, man, do I really want to go to a team that just lost to LSU and is on a downward trend? At least Florida's on the upward trend. LSU, they're one of the coldest teams in the SEC. That's what did this, and that's what sold it. And Bryce Underwood, he's not dumb. He sees it. that attitude of that entire LSU team, it looks awful. Those guys were playing uninspired football, and it looked like they didn't even want to be out there against Bama. But whoa. Hold on. I know what you're saying. Well, Matt, Michigan doesn't look too much better, and I agree. But here's the part about all this people aren't taking into account. If Michigan is going to be mid and LSU is going to be mid, why not go to the mid team that's going to give you the big bucks? The only reason Bryce Underwood was going to go to LSU is because it looked like they was going to be the much better team. But fast forward in time, we're on the same boat here. Does anybody agree with this statement? Michigan's mid and so is LSU. And to go on top of that, like we said a little bit earlier, maybe that extra $2 million, it enticed them a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit about this though. Who paid for this guy? Because if you've been keeping up with Michigan football, you would know that Dave Portnoy, who is the owner of Barstool, I believe, he is heavily, and I mean heavily, involved with the Michigan program. And he stated months ago that he'd put up $3 to $4 million to get a good 5-star quarterback or a good quarterback out of the portal. He said he's sick and tired of Michigan not having a good quarterback, so he's just going to go out and buy one, and he's going to team up with Sharon Moore. But Mr. Dave Portnoy only stated, yeah, I'll put up 3 to 4. I think at max he said $5 million. Bryce Underwood is reportedly getting $12.5 million. So is that coming from Portnoy or what's going on? He actually posted a video, a couple you sent to me, by the way. If there's any news going on, it really helps when you guys send it to me on Twitter. I may not reply to the tweets or anything, but trust me, I see them, and it helps out the channel a ton, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's check on this video. I haven't seen it. I've been saving my live reaction for this video. It is captioned, "Welcome to Michigan, Bryce Underwood," and just like that, we're back, #GoBlue. And before I even click on the video, Portnoy, I know this is going to be a clown show. He's wearing some, what even is that, like a jewel crown? I don't know. Let's just watch the video.
How's everyone doing out there? QB number one. Number one. Not in the town, not in the district, not in the state. QB number one in the country. Recruit number one in the country. We don't do 4 stars at Michigan. We do 5 stars.
I can't be the only one who's just thought about this. But Dave Portnoy, he acting like he the GM of Michigan.
We do number 1 recruits in the country. We do national champions. I told you we did it. Now everyone's like, Dave, how much were you involved? Listen, there's a lot of other factors. I'm not going to sprout from my mouth and say this, that, the other. Was I involved in a call with the family? Are they lovely people? Did we pitch a plan? Of course we did.
Okay, so there we have it. Portnoy is coming out and saying, although this is how much of a goofy goober this guy is, and it's much respect to him. I don't know a lot about him. He just stated 10 seconds ago, I'm not going to tell you how much I was involved, and then now he's stating, oh yeah, of course we talked to the family, and of course we're involved. So he I don't even know what you'd call that. What would you call that? What is that word I'm looking for? Contradicted himself.
Did I know when Fat Boy from Ohio State, Big Ed, was making fun of us this morning that he'd be eating his words by dawn? Of course I did. Because that's what we do at Michigan. QB number 1. It is great to be king.
Okay, so there you have it from the GM of Michigan football himself. And he admitted it himself in the video that, yeah, he was involved a little bit. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments say, oh, well, Dave Portnoy's ruining college football. You paid for him. You did this, you did that, and yada, yada, yada. Here's my take on it. We all, as diehard college football fans, if we were in Portnoy's position, we had his money, we'd be doing the same exact thing. If I was a billionaire, and let's just say, hypothetically speaking, for the sake of this video, I was an Alabama fan, of course I'd be buying players to make my favorite college football team better, and so would you. If money wasn't an issue for you, like I said, billionaire, tell me you wouldn't do the same thing. And I was kind of joking about it in this video, but the more I think about it, I think it's true. Dave Portnoy is the GM for Michigan. I can't even show you some of these comments because of how bad they are, but why does everyone in this comment section hate Dave Portnoy? I don't know a lot about the guy. I'm genuinely asking. Please let me know in the comment section. I guess because he's like this diehard Michigan fan, but everything I've seen from him, which hasn't been much, I don't know, he don't rub me the wrong way. I stated this last week, and I'll piggyback off of it a little bit in this video. It's hard not to take the money, and it really just depends on your situation. Great example is Arch Manning. Arch Manning's family is rich, so he didn't need to go to, let's just say, Ohio State or Georgia or any school that was going to offer him let's just say $30 million. No, Arch Manning needed to go to the school that he felt like was best for him and was going to develop him and get him ready for the NFL, and that was Texas, in his opinion. Arch Manning benefited from being in a position where him and his family didn't need money, so he could just choose the best college. Whereas 99.8% of other athletes aren't in that position. I don't know Bryce Underwood's family situation. I know nothing about his family. And I said this last time I talked about it. I'm going to say it again. I probably should have looked it up before this video, but it is what it is. If his parents and his family, they're doing A-okay, they don't really need money, then you don't necessarily need to chase the immediate bag, or what I label as the quote-unquote short-term money. But at the same time, even if you're not chasing it for your family or just yourself, if you have a career-ending injury and you go to LSU and they only give you $1 million, well, dude, you're dunzos. Whereas if you go to Michigan, you have a career-ending injury, which can happen, or you just, let's just say he's not that good, you still got $10 million and you're set for life. It's hard not to take the money, man. It's hard. But what made this decision 10 times easier, and I'm going to divert back to this, is LSU currently is not that good of a football team. Interesting times, man. Interesting times in college football. Many more things I could say, but I got many other videos I need to get to. Let me know your thoughts down below. But